our regular city commission meeting. First, the budget hearing to order. Will you please rise for the invocation, followed by the pledge of allegiance to the flag of our country. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, Lord, we come to you this evening just asking your blessing on all those in South Florida and throughout our state that are suffering tonight. Lord, we ask that you reach out to them with peace, loving, and kindness, Lord, and help heal them. Lord, we give a special prayer for all our first responders here this evening and those that are out protecting us. We ask that you look after and bless them. And Lord, as you always say, those who ask for wisdom shall receive it. So Lord, we ask in your name to give us wisdom here on this commission, that the things we do are in your best interest. And Lord, tonight, we also ask a special blessing on those that are out this evening, finishing up their observance of Day of Atonement for Yom Kippur. We ask a blessing on them for all the things we ask in your precious name. Amen. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to welcome all here this evening. First, we will do our budget hearing, the second reading and public hearing of our budgets. Ordinance 22-32.
Ordinance 22-32, ordinance levying tax upon all taxable property within the city of Winter Garden, Florida, for the tax year beginning October 1, 2022, and ending September 30, 2023. This ordinance provides that the City Commission of the City of Winter Garden hereby adopts, establishes, and levies a millage rate for ad valorem taxation of real and tangible personal property within the city for the fiscal year beginning October 1, 2022 and ending September 30th, 2023 at the rate of 4.5000 mils, $4.50 for every $1,000 of assessed valuation upon the assessed valuation of property within the corporate limits of the city of Winter Garden, Florida. This millage rate is greater than the rollback rate of 4.2255 mils by 6.5%.
Thank you, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. This millage rate this ordinance sets the millage rate for next fiscal year. We are recommending that we keep the millage rate flat at 4.5 mils, and we'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Yeah, questions from the commission? Okay. This is a public hearing. We will open a public hearing if anyone wishes to speak. Seeing none, we will close the public hearing and we need a motion.
Motion to approve ordinance 22-32.
Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye. 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 Opposed? Motion carried unanimously. Ordinance 22-33.
Ordinance 22-33, an ordinance appropriating and allocating all revenue and funds of the city of Winter Garden, Florida for the tax year beginning October 1, 2022 and ending September 30th, 2023. This ordinance provides that it's anticipated that there will be available for use and disbursement from the general funds of the city of Winter Garden. Revenue in the following amounts: collection of ad valorem taxation, $21,351,106. Revenue from other than ad valorem, $29,497,280. Total revenue available for expenditures, $50,848,386.
Thank you, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, this ordinance ties to the proposed budget that was presented to the commission at the budget workshop on August 25th, and also at the first budget hearing on September 15th. Staff is recommending approval.
Okay. Questions from the commission?
No questions, but if possible, I'd still like to see us review the possibility of vacation buyback or PTO buyback in this fiscal year. We talk about our workers' traded and the phrases here. It's not a motion, just simply a consideration. I think we evaluate that at about a $250,000 cost to the city.
Any other comments? Okay. Nothing else? Then this is a public hearing. We will open a public hearing if anyone wishes to speak. Seeing none, we will close the public hearing. I guess a comment on that is, we talked about that at work stuff too, but we really like our employees to take their vacation. We want them to spend time with their families. We want them to get away from work. And we really
really hesitated to incentivize, I guess, the employees to stay at work. And the other part, I guess, if we want to spend $250,000, I might suggest that we put some more policemen on the street.
Oh, I won't argue with you, because I completely agree
So
with you.
that's my, just kind of, because we really do want our employees to be with their families.
No, I was just coming out of COVID and being
Yeah.
short-staffed, I understood some people didn't get the opportunity, and it's.
Oh, I know, I
But
understand.
I completely agree with you, sir.
Yeah, okay. Okay, any other comments? Okay, if not, we need a motion.
Move to approve ordinance 22-33.
Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried unanimously. Ordinance 22-34.
Ordinance 22-34, an ordinance appropriating and allocating all revenue and funds of the Community Redevelopment Agency, CRA, of the city of Winter Garden, Florida, for the tax year beginning October 1, 2022, and ending September 30th, 2023. This ordinance provides that it is anticipated that there will be available for use and disbursement from the CRA funds of the city of Winter Garden revenue in the following amounts: collection of ad valorem, $1,350,323. Revenue other than ad valorem, $1,028,841. Total revenue available for expenditures, $2,379,164.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, this ordinance allocates the anticipated CRA revenues for fiscal year 2023. The CRA Advisory Board has approved of this budget unanimously, and staff recommends approval.
Questions from the commission? Once again, this is a public hearing. We will open the public hearing if anyone wishes to speak. Seeing none, we will close the public hearing. We need a motion.
Motion to approve ordinance 22-34.
Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion carried unanimously. Ordinance 22-35.
Ordinance 22-35, an ordinance of the City Commission of the City of Winter Garden authorizing the appropriations of city funds for fiscal year 2022 to 2023 in accordance with Article 3, Section 30.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
And this is the last of the budget ordinances. This ordinance authorizes appropriations of the city funds for fiscal year 2023. We'll be happy to answer questions you may have.
Questions? This is a public hearing. We will open a public hearing if anyone wishes to speak. Seeing none, we will close the public hearing and we need a motion.
Make a motion to approve ordinance 22-35.
Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried unanimously. Thank you. Now we'll go into our regular meeting. Minutes from our last meeting of September 15th. Are there any additions, deletions, or corrections? Hearing none, we need a motion.
Motion to approve.
Okay, we have a second.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Second reading of public hearing, proposed ordinances, ordinance 22-23.
Ordinance 22-23, an ordinance of the City of Winter Garden, Florida, rezoning approximately 3.04 plus or minus acres located at 14990 West Colonial Drive, generally located south of West Colonial Drive, west of Orange West Boulevard, and north of Rolling Rock Way, from C2 Arterial Commercial District to PCD Planned Commercial Development, providing for severability, providing for an effective date.
Thank you. And Angie, I know you look, I was waiting on the presentation to give her time, and she did come in. If she didn't, we'll read it at the end.
That's fine.
Okay, thank you. Yes, sir.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. This item we would request that the board postpone until the October 13th, 2022 meeting.
Okay. We need a motion for that?
Okay.
Need a motion?
Yeah, motion to delay ordinance 22-23 to the October 13th, 2022 meeting at 6:30 p.m.
Okay. We have a second?
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion carried unanimously. Ordinance 22-24.
Ordinance 20-24, an ordinance of the City of Winter Garden, Florida, rezoning approximately 31.00 plus or minus acres located at 115 Roper Road and 705 and 721 Winter Garden Island Road, east of West east of Winter Garden Vineland Road, west of Lost Road Circle, north of Dump Drive, south of Roper Road, from R1 Single Family Residential District to PUD Planned Unit Development, providing for certain PUD requirements, and describing the development as the Dukenthal PUD, providing for suitability, providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
This is a rezoning from R1 to PUD, as Dan said. The proposed PUD is being developed with 87 homes, which would be 2.8 dwelling units per acre. Ordinance has design standards, open space requirements, setbacks, and conditions they enter into a developer's agreement, which would require them to pay their fair share for the light at the corner of Winter Garden, Vineland, and Roper. Last meeting, there were some comments about the elevations. They're working on those happily, and will be providing us with more. And you would also ask about trees, and they are doing what they can to save additional trees while they're going through all their engineering plans. With that, staff would recommend approval of ordinance 22-24.
Questions from the commission?
Did you mean stoplight or did you mean roundabout? Try it for you, Commissioner. Is this still a gated community?
Yes.
Okay.
Any other questions? This is a public hearing, so we will open a public hearing if anyone wishes to speak. Seeing none, we will close the public hearing. We need a motion.
Move to approve ordinance 22-24.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carried 4-1. Next would be ordinances 22-26, 22-27, and 22-28.
Ordinance 22-26, ordinance of the city of Winter Garden, Florida, providing for the annexation of certain additional lands generally described as approximately 0.59 plus or minus acres located at 1323 West Colonial Drive, west of 9th Street, east of South Village Street, south of Regal Downs Circle, and north of West Colonial Drive into the city of Winter Garden, Florida, redefining the city boundaries to give the city jurisdiction over said property, providing for severability, providing for an effective date. Ordinance 22-27, ordinance of the city of Winter Garden, Florida, amending the future land use map, the Winter Garden comprehensive plan by changing the land use designation of real property currently described as approximately 0.59 plus or minus acres located at 1323 West Colonial Drive, west of 9th Street, east of South Village Street, south of Regal Downs Circle, and north of West Colonial Drive from Orange County Commercial to City Commercial, providing for severability, providing for an effective date. Ordinance 22-28, in ordinance of the city of Winter Garden, Florida, rezoning approximately 0.59 plus or minus acres located at 13023 West Colonial Drive, west of 9th Street, east of South Village Street, south of Regal Downs Circle, north of West Colonial Drive, from Orange County C1 Retail Commercial District to City C2 Arterial Commercial District, providing for severability, providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
It's a voluntary annexation of the property at 13023 West Colonial Drive, C2 zoning and commercial future land use. Staff would recommend approval of ordinances 22-26, 27, and 28.
Any questions from the commission? This is a public hearing. We will open a public hearing if anyone wishes to speak. Seeing none, we will close the public hearing. We need a motion.
Move to approve ordinance 22-26, 22-27, and 22-28 with staff recommendations.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried unanimously. Next will be ordinances 22-29, 22-30, and 22-31.
Ordinance 22-29, ordinance of the city of Winter Garden, Florida, providing for the annexation of certain additional lands generally described as approximately 0.75 plus or minus acres located at 9th Street, west of 9th Street, east of South Village Street, south of Regal Downs Circle, and north of West Colonial Drive into the city of Winter Garden, Florida, redefining the city boundaries to give the city jurisdiction over city property, providing for severability, providing for an effective date. Ordinance 22-30, an ordinance of the city of Winter Garden, Florida, amending the future land use map of the Winter Garden Comprehensive Plan by changing the land use designation of real property currently described as 0.75 plus or minus acres located at 9th Street, west of 9th Street, east of South Village Street, south of Regal Downs Circle, and north of West Colonial Drive, from Orange County low, medium density residential to city commercial, providing for severability, providing for an effective date. Ordinance 22-31, an ordinance of the city of Winter Garden, Florida, rezoning approximately 0.75 plus or minus acres located at 9th Street, west of the 9th Street, east of South Dillard Street, south of Regal Down Circle, north of West Colonial Drive, from Orange County R2 Residential District to City C2 Arterial Commercial District, providing for severability, providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
This also is a voluntary annexation of the property with parcel ID number 12-22-27-6496-21-000. C2 zoning, commercial future land use, and it's consistent with the surrounding areas. So staff would recommend approval of ordinances 22-29, 30, and 31.
Questions from the commission? This is a public hearing. We will open the public hearing if anyone wishes to speak. Seeing none, we will close the public hearing, and we need a motion.
Motion to approve ordinance 22-29, 22-30, and 22-31.
We have a second.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried unanimously. Ordinance 22-36.
Ordinance 22-36, an ordinance of the city of Winter Garden, Florida, amending and replacing ordinance 20-08, generally known as the Sonoma West MOB2 NHCC PCD, pertaining to the 5.51 plus or minus acres alternately located at 541 Winter Garden Vineland Road, west of Daniels Road, east of Winter Garden Vineland Road, south of Sunbridge Circle, and north of Roper Road, amending the PCD to modify the site plan and permitted uses, amending the development plan and other development restrictions, and renaming the development as the PAM Rehab Hospital PCD, providing for non-severability, providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
This ordinance is a request to amend and replace ordinance 20-08, which approved the site to be developed with two-story medical office buildings with 45,000 square feet, as well as a 10,000 square foot church. The current request is to develop a single-story, 50,000 square foot physical rehabilitation hospital with 42 beds, parking lot, landscaping, ponds, and site improvements. And staff would recommend approval of ordinance 22-36.
Questions from the commission? It'd be a need for this rehabilitation out here in this end. Health Central and this and that, man.
You must be getting older.
I haven't, obviously. I need it. Okay, any questions? None. This is a public hearing. We will open a public hearing. Seeing none, we will close the public hearing, and we need a motion.
Move to approve ordinance 22-36.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried unanimously. Thank you, sir. Recommendation to approve RFQ ranking of construction manager risk. Yes, sir.
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners. Staff has completed the request for qualification process for the CMAR Services contract for the upgrades to the Crest Avenue wastewater treatment facility. A total of 2 firms responded with submittals for this contract. The firms were scored on understanding and approach to the project, firm's experience, value engineering and design support, understanding of guaranteed maximum price and loan requirements, availability, and safety record. These firms were independently scored and received the total scores below using the above criteria. Wharton Smith Inc. Scored 391 points, and PC Construction scored 379. The CMAR services will be divided into 2 task orders. Task order 1 is the pre-construction phase services, and then task order 2 will be construction phase services. Each task order will be brought back to the commission for approval following the completion of our negotiations. Staff would recommend approving the RFQ rankings and request permission to begin the negotiations for task order 1, pre-construction services with Wharton Smith. And I'll be happy to answer any questions.
When you get to task order 2, you go back out again, or are you just picking between these 2, or are you staying with Warren Smith?
It will be Wharton Smith.
Okay, and that's who you'd be negotiating with for task order 2 also.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions from the commission? None, and we need a motion.
Motion to approve the RFQ ranking for CMAR services contract with Wordsmith.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Site plan for 1275 East Story Road. Yes, sir.
As you said, this is the site plan review for the property at 1275 Story Road. The applicant is requesting approval to build a new 4,000 square foot inspection and rim shop that will be part of the Manheim Auto Auction warehouse and office building development. As part of this review, they'll be installing additional landscaping in front of it along Story Road. And the plans have been reviewed and approved by the Development Review Committee, and the staff would recommend approval subject to those conditions. Be happy to answer questions.
Questions from the commission? We need a motion.
Move to approve site plan for 1275 East Story Road, subject to staff recommendations.
Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Recommendation to approve site plan for 411 North Gilbert. Yes, sir.
Site plan review for the property at 411 North Dillard. The owner is proposing to demolish a 35,732 square foot portion of the building that is on the west side. It was built in 1968, and then the back side was built in 1988. The build will consist of 110 assisted living and memory care beds. 70 of those are the assisted living or skilled nursing, and 40 are for memory care. The total number in the building remains the same. It doesn't change the total beds. The new building will expand further west than the existing site, which removes a large portion of that parking lot out front. It puts a pond at the corner, as well as a lot of nice landscaping. Those older trees out front, which are damaged, will all be removed and replaced with nice oaks. The community meeting was held on June 22nd. 5 people showed up. Their main concerns were, what would the building look like? How big of an impact is it? They were satisfied and happy with the answers. They had one request, which was to either remove or improve the laundry building, which is the furthest east building, and Health Central has decided to demolish that building and remove it. So plans have been reviewed and approved by the Development Review Committee, and staff would recommend approval subject to those conditions.
Okay. Questions from the commission?
Were there any lighting concerns?
They'll have to meet our dark sky requirements.
Okay, I was gonna ask.
Did they talk any about refurbishing or doing anything with the existing buildings that they're leaving? I think the 400, the 200, are they just gonna build?
The new one gets done out front. I know they've already got permits to do some work in the back building. They're moving all of their electrical rooms back there, but I think that they'll probably be improving everything within there.
Okay.
Is that an accurate statement?
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? Not, we need a motion.
Make a motion to approve the site plan for 411 North Dillard Street.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Special event request for the American Legion's Ruck Walk. They'd like to change the location. The event was approved to be held on November 12th at Veterans Park. Now they're requesting to move it over to Crooked Can and run it very similar to the other events that happen at Crooked Can, where they would close South Central and have the stage at the north end facing south. Outdoor seating, live music, tents with vendors in it. They will have activities for kids, and in the roundabout circle out on Plant Street, they would put the memorial wall for the Vietnam and other war heroes. The event, the walk itself, is from 9 a.m. to around 4. The event will continue with auctions and other events that still pertain to the Ruck Walk activities, but would also be a part of Crooked Can until 10 p.m. Staff would recommend approval subject to the conditions.
Same thing, once you get into the 9 and 10 o'clock at night, you're gonna monitor the noise level.
The noise will be monitored. I will also reach out to the neighbor who always, I will meet with him again.
Thank you.
Make sure that everything is.
The meter out, so yeah, okay. Okay, any questions from the commission? We need a motion.
Motion to approve special event of American Legion 1263 Ruck Walk on November 12th.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion, we have a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it, sir. Board appointments, police and firefighters, pension board. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. The first item is for the police and firefighters. Their board appointments are required to fill 2 expired seats for the Winter Garden Police and Firefighters Pension Board. The commission appointed trustees for this position are Eric Haluska and Ruth Schobel, both of which have expressed their desire to serve the new 4-year term as recently adopted by ordinance 2203. The new term would expire November 30th of 2026. For your consideration, we've included in the agenda packet 5 additional board appointment applications, should you desire to look at those as well. Staff would recommend approval of appointing 2 members to the Winter Garden Police and Firefighters Pension Board for a 4-year term. Happy to answer any questions.
Any questions, or what's y'all's pleasure?
For District 2, Eric Luska is, he served on the board before. He is a certified public accountant. His firm actually does this type of work, and I would, my recommendation to continue Eric in that position is a very well qualified candidate. So I'll make a motion as such to nominate Eric Luska for
To continue?
to continue the term through November 30th, 2026.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, motion carries unanimously. Now for our second one.
We have another person that was wanting to stay on.
Bruce Strobel was still wanting to stay on.
He's wanting to stay on for 4 more years.
District, is he from his district?
Is this two?
He is in my district, okay.
That's correct. Yeah, I think that's correct. District 2 again. Let me just confirm that. Yeah, District
Because I have Mrs. Colin as well, who is currently the chairperson for the General Employee Pension Fund for Colin certified.
Right, yeah, Mr. Schobel, he is District 2, and I believe he is recently, on that board.
Before I make the motion, do any other commissioners have someone that they wish to place on there? I don't want to stack it up on District 2.
I didn't have anyone reach out.
Second.
Okay,
Nope.
then in that case, then, yeah, we'll go ahead and renominate Mr. Strobel for a second term, to expire on November 30th, 2026.
Okay, do we have a second to that?
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries unanimously. Now the General Employees Pension Board.
Yes, sir. Okay, we've got a board appointment, required to fill an expired 2-year term for the General Employees Pension Board trustee. Commission appointed trustee for this position is Ed McKinney, who has expressed his desire to serve the new 4-year term recently adopted by ordinance 2202. And that new term would expire September 30th of 2026. For your consideration, there were actually 4 board appointment applications in there. It said 5 originally, but one of them only wanted to be on the pension board. That was included in that packet. Staff would recommend appointing that 1 board member for the General Employee Pension Board for that 4-year term, whatever the commission desires.
Pleasure of the commission.
Oh, I'm gonna step in again. I'd sure like to see Ms. Colin in the position, but I'll leave it up to the board members when they want to do
I
it.
know Ed McKinney is a person, he's in Lisa's district.
Yeah, so that's
I know that.
Really not.
It's like keeping people that want to stay.
Okay.
I'll make a motion, we keep them.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Madam Citizens of Winter Garden.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Commissioners, Mr. Gilbert, Ms. Greenwich, Mr. Langley. Gemar Hatima Tova, may you be inscribed in the book of life for good. Today, as you may know, is Yom Kippur. It is still Yom Kippur until the sun goes down. This is the holiest day of the Jewish year. It is the Day of Atonement. Observant Jews have spent the day in synagogue, repenting their sins and asking for God's forgiveness. Today is a fast day. Observant Jews will have fasted from sundown yesterday until the sun goes down today. 24 hours, they will not have even had water. So observant Jews would have been unable to attend this meeting this evening. In fact, I should not be at the meeting this evening because I should be at the break fast with my family tonight. We posted a story today talking about this, but I have yet to hear from the city. So could somebody please comment on how holding a meeting on the holiest day of the Jewish year upholds the diversity, equality, and inclusion resolution that you guys passed 3 months ago, where you stated that the city will continue to uphold the right of all people to have equitable access, opportunity, and participation in their city. Please explain how precluding certain segments of Winter Garden's population from being here tonight upholds these values. And may I point out that this is the second time that this commission has scheduled a budget and commission hearing on Yom Kippur. Last year, you managed to hit it on September 15th. Now, it is really not enough to stick a menorah and a Jewish star in the ground and call yourselves inclusive. Hanukkah is the least important or a very minor holiday for Jews. Yom Kippur is the most important holiday. Now, in order for Winter Garden, which is growing, Winter Garden is a cosmopolitan city now. Do you want to be a cosmopolitan city, or do you want to be the small little town that it was before? So I'm asking for comment from the city. How does your decision to meet today uphold the values of the resolution that you guys passed unanimously, I may add? Was that purely lip service?
I'll apologize, okay? But each of us, we had to switch the meeting from last week because of the hurricane. We had to pick a night because we had state statutes to follow. They asked, we wanted all our commissioners to be here. I could not be here Thursday and Friday, so we had Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So I assume others couldn't make it, so we ended up picking tonight to do our business. So we apologize and okay.
That was such a heartfelt apology for the
It is.
Jewish community. Thank you so very much.
It is.
I would say to you,
We didn't do it on purpose.
on the
You
day
managed to hit it twice in a row. I am sure that you didn't do it on purpose. All I'm asking for on behalf of the Jewish community is a little thoughtfulness.
if I may. So,
Go ahead, Commissioner.
if I have wronged you, then I ask for your forgiveness on this day of atonement. Your words are heard by us, and we are now wiser to that. And while situations in the past, meaning we have to go out to the county and after the school for our meetings, we are now more sensitive to that. And I will carry that forward into 2023 with a promise that we will be cognizant of Yom Kippur and its religious observation, so that we do not meet on the holiest of days.
I'm sure that it was, I mean, the hurricane did throw everybody's schedule into disarray. Just be cognizant of other people's beliefs and faiths. This commission ends practically every invocation with, "In Jesus' name we pray." Not everybody in this city prays to Jesus. So please, I just ask, be cognizant that there are other people who would like to attend these meetings.
We are.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Anyone else?
You're on your head, you're wearing a UCF shirt.
I just want to say thank you to all the city employees who have been so wonderful during this time of the destruction, and I was fortunate enough they picked up 2 loads of trash at my house Monday. I had 1 left, but they've done a wonderful job. And thank you all for the support and for the wonderful people you hired for the city of Monroe.
Thank you.
I was trying to get applause.
Yeah. Okay, we'll move on. Let's do it. We're up too slow. Okay. Anyone else? City attorney.
Very fortunate.
Okay. City manager.
Yes, sir, I've got a few things. I'm gonna hold 8A until a little further on in the agenda here. I just wanted to update everyone about debris cleanup. Our staff is working as quickly as they can to pick up everyone's waste. Unfortunately, we got off to a little bit of a slow start because of the landfill being closed for several days while they were trying to dry it out so that the trucks could actually get in there. Today, you may not have seen too much activity north of Plant Street as we're trying to catch up in some of the other areas of town. Please be patient. Even though you may not have seen a truck today, please know our staff is out there picking up debris as quickly as possible. You will start seeing trucks north of downtown again starting tomorrow. We've already made 2 trips through. We're going to have a 3rd one starting tomorrow, early in the morning. So please be patient. Just want to let everybody know there's 3 meetings in October besides the one today. There's also a meeting will be next Thursday, October 13th, and then October 27th. So put that everybody on your calendars. And I do want to praise our outstanding employees for the way they handled issues during the hurricane, even in the emergency operations centers, to the quick response to start cleaning up. I'm sure the mayor and commissioners will have more to say about that in just a moment. I did receive, and this is from the 8A on the agenda, I signed a letter of assignment for the previously approved $6 million grant received from the West Orange Health District for Tucker Ranch, moving the responsibility for payments and administration to the Foundation for a Healthier West Orange. The foundation will be a long-term organization that will remain in place after all the healthcare funds have been dispersed, and will not impact any other aspect of the grant, just simply administrative. And lastly, on a happy note, after an even cancellation, the West Orange High School Homecoming Parade is back on for this Tuesday, October 11th, starting at 6 p.m. Plant Street will be closed beginning at 2 p.m., so please, if you park on Plant Street, please make sure your vehicle's moved out in preparation for the parade. So everybody enjoy it, and thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Commissioner Sharman.
I just have to echo what everybody said. I mean, the staff did a great job getting everything, the roads cleared and everything opened up after the storm. It was just clearly amazing. I think people were happy that we got pretty lucky here. Mayor, how long did it take to get your power back on? You still a record holder?
Yeah, they did better this year than
They saved your house last.
Always. Usually comes on right before I come to the meeting. This year Frank got it on quicker.
That's all I got. Just thank you to the staff. Everyone, very thankful out in the community to get things going here.
Commissioner Maciel.
I just wanted to say regarding the Yom Kippur issue that I do appreciate the fact that you acknowledged that it was unintentional on our part. It was completely unintentional. And I just think we probably do need to do better, and we'll try to do better. And if we did offend anybody, I do apologize for that. And we'll certainly do better going forward. Talk to the city manager about it, and I think we can try to do that. It's a small thing. So as far as everything goes with the hurricane, thank you again. Frank and I spoke regularly, and he kept me informed of everything that was going on. Even when I didn't call him, he called me and let me know what's happening. So I really do appreciate staff and Frank stepping in for John. I think has been really, really great. He's been great for District 3. So thanks to all the staff. We appreciate it. And it's the residents have acknowledged that. They stop me on the street all the time. So we appreciate it. That's it, man. Thank you.
A couple things here real quick. I'll start with, I received a letter. My wife and I appreciated the community of Winter Garden since our arrival 11 years ago. As residents, our interactions with our city employees has been limited to our courteous and pleasant weekly waste disposal team and occasional city employee. Our appreciation became more tangible during the recent hurricane preparedness and sandbagging experience. The process was amazingly well organized, from the street traffic line 4 blocks long to loading my car. What an amazing surprise at the sandbag loading site. Police, fire, city employees, and volunteers filling and loading our sandbags for all our residents. The smiles and sweat on their faces, put faces on our city servants I will not forget, faces I will not forget. Thank you to the City of Winter Garden for all your hard work, Sid and Jean Brown. So certainly it's nice to hear those things. I understand that we were one of the few locations that actually bagged sand for people to come. And if I'm correct, we handed out 30,000 bags of sand over that period of time, and it worked so flawlessly. So for all the city people who came out, all the volunteers, all the church and synagogue organizations, Matthew's Hope, Good Shepherd, all those folks, thank you so much. And then right on the heels of that, we had our night out last night where all the police and firefighters, after all the hard work they've done last week and this weekend, showed up again and just had a fabulous night in town. We brought a lot of people out. Heartfelt, a great job, thank you. And then last but not least, that lady sitting back in the corner over there who put an excellent budget together. Thank you so much. We go into 2023 confident under your guidance and leadership for all your hard work. Thank you.
Mr. Bennett?
A lot of the same. I got a lot of feedback and thank yous from people for all of our hard work, from Frank and the staff, Public Works, our first responders, the Emergency Operations Center, and the sandbags, the debris removal. It was just stellar. You know, everybody shows up and shows out. We've got wonderful people working here. And I also am sorry about Yom Kippur, and it wasn't intentional. And that's it.
I don't think the lady has shown up for diaper awareness, but we're gonna read it here at the end anyway.
What do we need, sir?
Yeah, Proclamation 22-10. Whereas diaper need the condition of not having a sufficient supply of clean diapers to ensure that infants and toddlers are clean, healthy, and dry, can adversely affect the health and well-being of infant, toddlers, and their families. And whereas national surveys and research studies report that 1 in 3 families struggle with diaper need, and 48% of families delay changing a diaper to extend the available supply. And whereas infants and toddlers go through 6 to 12 diapers each day during the 2 to 3 years they wear diapers. And whereas a daily or weekly supply of diapers is generally an eligibility requirement for babies and toddlers to participate in child care programs and quality early education programs that enable children to thrive and parents to work. And whereas the people of Winter Garden recognize that addressing diaper need can lead to economic opportunity for the state's low-income families and improved health for families and their communities. And whereas the City of Winter Garden is proud to be home to multiple community organizations that facilitate the distribution of diapers to underprivileged families and recognize the importance of diapers in helping to provide economic stability to those families. Therefore, it's my great pleasure and privilege as the mayor of the City of Winter Garden to hereby proclaim the week of September the 24th through October the 2nd, 2022 as Diaper Need Awareness Week in the City of Winter Garden, and encourages citizens to donate generously in the month of September to diaper banks and continue in October. Diaper drives and those organizations that distribute diapers to families in need to help alleviate diaper need in Winter Garden. Now a couple comments from me. Echoing everything they did, I've gotten so many phone calls and emails on the sandbags, getting the sandbags, what a wonderful job our city does. It's not like other places, it's what I keep hearing where they say, bring your shovel, and there's a pile of dirt. And being down there, I saw ladies and gentlemen try to hand the workers umbrellas and raincoats and tell them thank you and everything else. They were working in the rain, so thank you for that. Thank you for all the cleanup afterwards. And I want to particularly thank Frank for putting up with me all those days and how many times he had to talk to me or text me, but I do appreciate it. And even Duke Energy. You know, not to everybody, I'm going to thank Duke Energy. It was, only 3 days, so they did I see them out working hard out there. National Night Out for the police, I thought, I said, when I got out of my car, it took me 20 minutes to get from the Methodist church there because people kept stopping me, telling me how great it was up there and what the police and also the fire were doing up there. So we really do appreciate that. And to our city staff, I gotta, apologize and agree, y'all have been through everything. We've set it for Halloween and we got our West Orange Homecoming Parade, but thank you very much for jumping in and making that happen because that is very important to our school and our community. So with that, I will adjourn the meeting.